December 30, 2:17 p.m. District Court Defendants Lobby number 5. Hello and welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Justice for All. We are continuing with I think the last trial in this chapter, so let's just continue. I can't believe it. It's pretty shocking, isn't it? It definitive is. And to think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Gibbous, am I that hated? Aku tried to pin the murder on you on purpose. He did? But I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know. But you're not, which is kind of the reason why. Hey, pal, you're gonna ignore me after I went to all this trouble to bring you some evidence? Detective Gumshoe. Forget it, I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyway. Now, detective, I'm sorry, look, why don't you relax a little? We got some real tasty milk. How about the card trick, detective? Oh, well, if you insist. Now about that evidence you mentioned, what is it? Here you go. This was yesterday in Aqua's room. Yeah, yep, and I included the forensic result. Take a look at it later. Won't Miss Funkama be mad that you're doing this? That's why this is all a secret, huh? Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything. But everything that happens in court up until now has gone according to our plan. I don't know, Miss Funkama didn't seem in control of things in there just now. You'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday our final plans were set into motion. Final plans? That reminds me, I got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it, that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here. What did he mean by the very end part? I'm not sure, it was all pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing. Don't scare me like that. It looks like there's a large care package for the circus for the defendant. What for me? It's milk. The reception area looks like some kind of diary. So hurry up and drink it all up before it spoils. The entire dairy's worth of milk for me. December 30, 2:27 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Court is now back in session. Miss Mukama, please continue from where you left off. I'd like to continue with Aku's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I also like to get proof from the defendant. Proof of what kind of motive Aku would have to commit this crime. Understood. Now, Mr. Dingeling? Yes, Your Honor. Please proceed with your testimony. Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay? Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want the answer to. About the ringmaster. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of Very Big Circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I want to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. You're such a thoughtful young man. As you heard, the witness deeply respects the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Aku would kill the man he held in such esteem. You are absolutely right. Now, could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for a cross-examination, is there? Actually, that question I'm trying to answer. Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Aku kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that. The defense has the right to cross-examine the witness. You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix, right? You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive. Very well, Mr. Wright. Cross-examine the witness. We? Yes, my brothers Sean and I. What, you have a brother? How old were you when this happened, Aqua? I was 8 years old and my brother was 4. Your parents were very cruel, weren't they? Nowadays we aren't bitter about what happened to us, because it all allowed us to meet the wonderful people at the very big circus. Nick, the judge is getting misty-eyed. He got a soft spot for sob stories, it looks like. No crying in court, let's keep going. The witness may proceed with the testimony. How would you describe your relationship with the ringmaster? He was like an uncle, a father, and a big brother all rolled up into one. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had. What about the other people at the circus? This was over 15 years ago. Back then, there were very few customers coming in, so no one really had the time to look after us. They were worried about other things. But the ringmaster, he would always come see us with a laugh and a smile. What a beautiful story. That's why I always thinking of what I could do to help. I wanted to thank him. Nick, isn't Aku such a wonderful person? I know, he seems like a nice guy, which is what makes this so difficult. So then, how long have you been performer? Around 9 years old. You started off as an acrobat at an early of an age. I begged the ringmaster until he finally agreed to let me do it. Ever since then, I've been in incredible physical shape. That's also when I decided to form a group with my brother. We called ourselves the Flying Dinglingberries. It's nearly a household name. I even heard them in Germany. Liar. The point is that I wanted to be of some use to the circus. You are truly a remarkable young man. The judge kept looking at Aku almost like a proud father. I want to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. Did you ever have any trouble with the ringmaster? How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? Do you have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of this witness testimony? Or the heartfelt emotion contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Phoenix, Wright. You better think hard. No matter how you look at it, there's no way I could see this witness ever taking the victim's life. Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor. Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with them. I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk. I think that will be enough for me, for now. Pondering whether or not this man will kill the ringmaster leads me to believe that it's pretty unlikely. Exactly right, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as why Akko would want the Wingmaster dead. Now that I come this far, there is no way I could say there's no, I can't. Oh, this is gonna be good. Well, then please enlighten the court. Let's see some evidence that provides Akko's motive for killing the Wingmaster. Let me just go over this one more time. This is why Akko killed the Wingmaster. That is correct. I don't think the defense would mind confirming something for me. What exactly are we supposed to learn from this piece of evidence? What I'm supposed to learn, looks like you just the biggest failure in court. Oh, it's biggest failure in court, that stinks. Yeah, okay. Present something else. May the defense remember that the court is not a target practice for its theories. Very well then, please enlighten the court. Let's see some evidence that provides Akko's motive for killing the Wingmaster. Give up presenting things. Let's see if that's like the thing. Nick? Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Akko killed the Wingmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Akko had no reason to kill the Wingmaster at all. Ow. You foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is so foolhardy, foolish. Did you forget you made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was the real killer is Russell very big. If you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things? Akko, you didn't plan to kill the Wingmaster at all, did you? The Wingmaster wasn't your target that night. What did you just say? I'm saying that the target of the witness murder's plot was not the Wingmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with. What? Order. Bailiff, I don't care who it is. Smack anyone who's loud in the face twice if you must. Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do in my court? What are you trying to do in my court? Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do in his court? Are you attempting to imply that Akko is trying to kill someone else? Regina Berry. This young girl is the Wingmaster's daughter, correct? Akko, you were really aiming for her that night, weren't you? You don't need to answer that. It's a mean-spirited leading question. He could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, you're wrong. All he has to say is you're wrong. That's it. That's it, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Enough, Mr. Wright. Allow me to. The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself. And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence now. I want to know why Akko would want to kill Regina Berry. Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves that young girl. This. Akko, you remember this, don't you? It's a piece of paper that we found inside the Wingmaster's tailcoat. inside the victim's tailcoat? Akko wrote this note. It's ironically entitled To the Murderer. Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 p.m. So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note? Yes, but there's just one little problem. Akko did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the ringmaster. You mean it was for the... That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry. Order. Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours. It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her, which is why the morning of the crime she placed it onto the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when her father, the ringmaster, saw the note. That's correct. The ringmaster ended up in the plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake instead of Regina. That's incredible. Remember the testimony that Akko gave us earlier today? Lifting the bust and looking out of the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my lower body. If I were to do that, I end up falling out the window myself. Akko had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of the window to see who it actually was. I got it. Akko thought it was Regina down in the plaza, and that's when he let the bust fly. Hey Nick, isn't Regina listening to all of this from the audience? She is, unfortunately. It's only going to get harsher from here. I hope Regina can handle it. Akko wrote this note to Regina. Foolishly foolish fool with foolishly fool ideas. You're foolish, you made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Well, Miss Phoenix Wright, if you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Yes, what about that line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean that this note declared that Regina Berry is a murderer. You just don't get it, do you? What did you just say? The ringmaster knew what the note meant, which is why he went to the plaza in place of his lovely daughter. Hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded to in the note? The incident 6 months ago. The incident occurred 6 months ago, and now I am more than ready to show this court what happened at the time. Moron. Wait, are you sure that they relate to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start what happened 6 months ago. Really, Nick? I think so. Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I certainly like to know what it is. If I can't answer that question, the judge is going to think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence about Achoo. Okay. What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? It isn't a joke at all. It's the evidence. It's the decisive evidence you asked for. What do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away with him. He was doing so because the piece of decisive evidence is what was inside. Another unbelievable conclusion. Well, Mr. Wright, so what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw. Foolish fool who never tires of his foolish ways. If you're so sure about it, then answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim? Who was Regina Berry's intended victim? Who is this? That is Akko's younger brother. What does this prove? His younger brother isn't dead. Technically, that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Akko could feel that his brother is dead. Regina, she did that to him? Did you spend your entire life dreaming of a new life? Do you spend your entire life dreaming of new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Akko's brother, Sean Dingeling. 6 months ago, he was bitten by a lion and fell into his current comatose state. A lion? Miss Regina Berry is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in the position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her. So then what happened to Akko's brother? He's not the victim of an attempted murder, he's the victim of an accident. I see. Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your story. Do you think what happened to Bat was actually an accident? I suppose it was truly an accident. It's essential that a man knows when to give up, Mr. Phoenix Wright. It's impossible to prove Mr. Berry's involvement in a murder attempt, isn't it? Investigating a lion to attack. Instigating a lion to attack. Whoever heard of something like that? And to think that the defendant claimed this was conclusive evidence. A small bottle of a lion. What's the matter, Nick? I figured it out. Wow, it was right in front of my nose the entire time. Your Honor, wait. What is it? The lion biting was no accident at all. What? You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There is no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being. She may not have insinuated it. The lion attacked another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Akko's brother, Bat. That's just a scarf. A crow? This scarf is something that Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who is the one that gave this scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina. There is something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor. And what might that be? Pepper. 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 Regina gave this scarf to Bat right before the accident. And she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Hey, what's with the silent treatment? Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal, but out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a person. Where is the crime in that? It still seems like the judge just doesn't get it. Mr. Phoenix Wright, wasn't it said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Smiling? The lion was smiling? Right before Bat was bitten by the lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed. It looked like it was smiling. A lion's smile. I never heard of them smiling, however. Lion sneeze. Leon wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf. What? You fool. You got to be kidding me. What is the matter, Miss Von Karma? I object, for objection's sake. Mr. Phoenix Wright, this theory, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how the joke of an accident actually happened? Of course I do. It's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper that's when Bat lost. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Uncle Neil lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke, as you put it. Which is why he tried to get revenge against Regina. You foolish idiot. Huh? It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. To think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves. Are you telling me that what I said was true? Crow? You can't mean witness. Are you confirming the defense claim, Mr. Wright? Unfortunately, your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going, but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory. What would that problem be? The same problem it's always been evidence. If I drop Mac's bust on the top of the ringmaster, where is the evidence that proves that claim? Huh? You mean the conclusive evidence? The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof, to be more precise. The murder weapon? The bust that the defense claimed was used. If that were to be found in Aqua's room, and if it was covered with the victim's blood, that would be awful conclusive in my eyes. Yes, it would be. The bust. Nick, you got to do something. This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. It might be worthwhile to search Akko's room, but why aren't you going to search his room? It looks like you finally figured it out, didn't you? Now you know. I guess. I figured with you that the least I should expect you leave no stone unturned. Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Akko's room yesterday. What did you find? There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Akko would not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Mac's bot was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright? The bus wasn't in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe executed the search by complete surprise, and we took Akko's death directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story. Just wait a second. Something's funny about all this. Huh? It looks like you lack the final nail to put into my coffin. But But what about the scarf? What about the note? What about the Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the ringmaster. You should know that by now. Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. The bust, where is it now? Where is the bust right now? You're Phoenix Wright. You know where that bust is. I'm sure you do. There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bust is? It seems this case is coming to a close. The defense counter-argument looks like have fallen short. Thank you for your support. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. White. I think that brings an end to the cross-examination of this witness. Where is Mac's bust? The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. I just bit my tongue. What? We need. Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she? Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? Are you asking me? The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck. Hey, wait, you can't be serious. Acrobats always have their lives on the line, don't they? That's how Acro lives his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose. Well, the defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue, and I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim, the only way through is forward. The murder weapon, where is Mac's bust? Where? How would I know? Where would it be? Somewhere. Have I seen it? Somewhere in court? It's obvious, the boss is inside this very courtroom. It's obvious? Where? Allow me to pinpoint the location of the boss. Oh god, the witness stand? Acro, I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. White. Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just want to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket, because it seems to me that it'd be really easy to say hide a bust under there. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. White. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your light-heartedness doesn't change the fact that the bus is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over, which is why you had to hide it in the only place that you could hide it, under your wheelchair. Which is why I have to ask you again, would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. You fool. How could you? You got me. I've been badged by a real pro. Actually, two of them. Two of them? Miss Franska von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch the surprise search on my room last night? There were two pieces of decisive evidence, the cloak and the bust. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bust, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you execute your search, all I could do was to try and hide the bust. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now, to be caught in the middle of court hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. So you got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss von Karma. It all makes sense now. I can't believe that von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't. I can't believe it. Me make a mistake. Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that. It seems we finally arrived at the truth. Crow, yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of the very big circus, Mr. Guy? Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime. Crow? All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he teased her. One day my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started to sneeze so hard you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's when Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen, I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What I'm truly guilty of, I'm guilty of never ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believed in that so purely that she would laugh innocently when saying it, too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's when you decided to do something about Regina? How dreadful. So are you saying that you are a victim in all of this as well? No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first I thought I killed myself, then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave. I just couldn't, not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet. This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself. I'm an idiot. I can't believe it. You beat me. Again. I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I like to declare my verdict. Not guilty. This court is adjourned. December 34th, 27 p.m. District Court Defendants Lobby number 5. Fabulous. But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. Akko, the Wingmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside her. That's a good question, and one I don't know the answer to. Many could guess, but only at max 1,000,000 of them. Thank you. What's with the vibe in this room? We're just thinking about Akko. No. If you worry about people too much, then you be like this forever and never be happy. Huh? Well, she's been like this for a while now. It's all my fault. Sweetie pie? Bat and Akko, they never come back. No, everyone's gonna split up. Regina? Mr. Wright, tell me something. What do you want to know, Regina? Akko said something that right at the end. I just couldn't up and leave yet. Does that mean that Akko is he gonna try to get his revenge on me? He's not gonna do that to you, Regina. Are you sure? You really sure? I can't believe that. Yep, Akko doesn't have any desire to revenge anymore. If that's true, then I want to see some evidence. Huh? I wanna know you're not just making up that stuff about Akko not wanting revenge. Akko didn't want to get caught. Akko didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to use his brother open. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. Bat? That's right, Regina. He's still alive, you know. I never knew. But now that Akko is being caught, I know. What? I do it. I stand next to Bat as long as it takes, until he opens his eye, and then until I can meet Akko again. That's so sweet of you, Regina. I'm sorry, Akko, I'm sorry, Bat. Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind. Hey, Max. What is it, Mo? We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry what happened. So, whenever you like to leave us, I pay your fee and whip up the contract. I understand what a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's going to happen to the circus now? That's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I made the decision. What is it? I decided that I would take over as the new ringmaster. I turned the circus into the best circus this world has ever seen. The best circus the world has ever seen. Don't laugh. That's quite the goal. Yay, can't wait. I can't wait. Then I guess that changes things, huh? There's only one thing the best circus the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician in the world has ever seen. Max. Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What do you say, big guy? I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Regina, you're gonna help them out too, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me. What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to court today? We got to work together to make very big circus bigger than it ever been. Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the it can't be the very big circus without Regina Barry. Max, Nick, it seems like everything is going to turn out alright here. I can't wait to go and see the best circus in the world has ever seen. We'll save you the most fabulous seats. It take us a while to get ready, but I'm going to order a special whooper cushion seat. I see what made the case. Yesterday's surprise raid, it really paid off just like you said it would, so. You had it all figured out, didn't you? It was just a theory. If Akko really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney. You mean Mr. Wright? Of course. Well, detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Akko case here, the plane is personally stopped by the chief prosecutor's office as soon as I get back. Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth. Turnabout Big Top, the end. Well, Edgeworth's alive. That's a great thing. Farewell, my turnabout. Brand new episode has been added. Well, we end it here then. So yeah, I hope you have a great day and a continue rest of your day or two. And adios.